Hello guys, today is a special video on MAHASHIVARATHRI. I know there are a lot of viewers abroad also for my Kailash channel English and in vernacular language also. So I thought I will give you a brief account of the scientific approach behind celebrating MAHASHIVARATHRI. Okay, I will be very short so that you very crisply you understand the essence of my video. Okay, right. See, there are many planets in the solar system, and we are getting day and night, the seasons, the 4 seasons, monsoon, all these things, the changes in the climate, everything is because of the interaction between the sun, the moon and the earth. Of course, other planets also do influence us. Those planets, they influence the inhabitants of the earth, whereas the earth as such, the planet earth, the mother earth, is influenced highly by the sun and the moon. Okay, and in a month, if you take the 30 days in our calendar, as per the Hindu calendar, we are dividing it into, say, full moon day, then 14 days where the full moon starts becoming smaller and smaller. It wanes, it starts waning, isn't it? And then the 15th day is the new moon day or the Amavasya. Okay, then after that what happens? The moon starts growing. Here the moon starts shrinking and here the moon starts growing. Again, after 14 days, we end up in a full moon day or the Paurnami. And here, I know most of you know this, but still it's my duty to tell you that when we say the moon is shrinking or moon is expanding or moon is growing, these are all the local terms. Okay, you know the size of the moon doesn't change, the size of the earth doesn't change, the size of the sun also doesn't change. But what changes? How are we able to see different shapes of the moon from the earth? That's because of the moon, which portion is hidden and all those things. That is purely science. Okay, and here in my video, I want to tell you a very interesting phenomena behind the celebration of MAHASHIVARATHRI. Only that, a scientific approach, which many people do not say. Okay, see, in a month there will be, see, before Amavasya, before the new moon, there is a day which is called Chaturdashi. Okay, if you don't understand the words and meanings and big terms, forget it. Okay, in every month, before the new moon day, before Amavasya is the new moon day. Before that day, before Amavasya, that day is called the Chaturdashi, and that day is celebrated as the Shivarhathri. Shivarhathri means in the night. Ratri means night. So in the night you think of Lord Shiva, you do meditation, you do so many sadhanas, because that day is enhancing all your sadhanas. That day is helpful for it gives you a congenial environment. It helps you to enhance your sadhana. That's all. And yes, so all the 12 months you have the Shivaratri, one day in a month. Then coming to this February or March, that is the end of February or the beginning of March, like this month, this year, the MAHASHIVARATHRI falls on the 26th of February. Okay, 26th of February. That means 27th is the new moon day. So one day before that, new moon or Amavasya, in this particular month alone, that is either in the end of February or in the beginning of March, in this period when this Shivaratri comes, out of the 12 Shivaratris, this is the greatest one. This is the most auspicious one. That is why it is described as MAHASHIVARATRI. Maha meaning the great. Okay, like that. So, this 26th February in India, we are celebrating MAHASHIVARATRI. Right from morning, we do a lot of things, but actual Ratri means night. So, the MAHASHIVARATRI night starts from 6 p.m. on 26th and 27th morning till 6 a.m. it continues. This is the most crucial time. Okay, for what? I will tell you now. Why are we celebrating MAHASHIVARATRI? Is it to appease Lord Shiva? Is it to appease or make Lord Shiva happy so that he can grant us many boons? He can give us whatever we ask for? Not at all. Not at all. Okay, there is a science behind it, which most of the people do not highlight. See, generally speaking, in India, we celebrate MAHASHIVARATRI from the early morning itself. You know, for Indians, the daytime starts from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. and the night time starts from 6 p.m. to the next day 6 a.m. It is not the railway clock or the 24-hour clock. Okay, in foreign countries, in midnight, say 12 o'clock. Then 12 onwards, it is the next day. It is considered as the next day. Whereas here in India, we don't do that. Okay, maybe for commonality, the Indian Railway is following 12-hour clock as well as the 24-hour clock. For booking reservations and all, it is the 24-hour clock which is being followed, because foreigners also book the tickets, train tickets. That's why. Otherwise, strictly speaking, for us, the night is from 6 p.m. to the next day 6 a.m. But as I told you, February 26th is the day of celebration. It is called the MAHASHIVARATRI. So what do we do generally on that day in the morning? See, it is the celebration of the night. Then what do you do in the morning? See, early morning you get up, where we take bath, and we go on fasting. And fasting, it depends upon the age group, your work, health condition, and so on. And generally speaking, you all know that fasting is taken, or preferably, or it is advisable to take fasting, to go on fasting, say 2 days in a month. 2 days in a month. In the first half, say like from Paurnami, full moon day, to Amavasya. In those 14 days, you take 1 day off. You give off to the system. You're not taking off. Like when we fast, we are giving off to the system. And a lot of detoxing is going on at that time. And from new moon day, the next Amavasya, full moon day, those 14 days, there and again 1 more day of fasting. And you know, fasting is really good for the health. How to fast, what to eat, what not to eat, all those things are available in plenty in various social media. I have also published a video on that, fasting and other things. You can refer to that. Okay. Now, so we take bath in the morning, then we do some sankalp. Sankalp meaning we take some, we assure ourselves that the whole day I am going to be like this. Okay, there's a, what should I say? It is a self-disciplined method. Okay, you are disciplining yourself by saying that I will not eat solid food. I will go to the temple in the morning and night. All those things. So that is the meaning of sankalp. And then you take water alone, or you take fruit juice, or you take fruits also, or you take cooked vegetables, or you take some cooked food which is easily digestible. Now, why do you go for all these things? Number one, fasting is for detoxing the system. Not only that, see, throughout the day, if you are going to eat stuff your body, then the tendency is to fall asleep. Okay, we cannot do any sadhana on that day, but that day is a very precious day. So we automatically, deliberately, we reduce the food intake. Another major method which is advocated from time immemorial till date is silence. Silence. Silence means, about silence also I have published a video. Silence means it is not just keeping your mouth shut. Keeping your mouth shut, keeping your mind shut, making the mind become more and more calm. Okay, a lot of techniques are there. You might be knowing about those techniques also. So follow whichever technique suits you. So fasting, silence, right? And then the whole day, if you know some mantras, you can keep chanting them. You can do your regular sadhana in the morning and evening. Plus throughout the day, instead of, you avoid using mobile phone on that day, you avoid using laptop, all electronic items, you avoid as much as possible. If you are going for a job, then it is unavoidable. We can't do it. Okay. Anyway, minimize. Gossiping, you minimize. Scrolling through the Instagram, YouTube videos, just listening to that, or yapping away to glory, all these things should be switched off. You should be in silence. By silence, this is what we mean. It is not only that we don't talk, we avoid all these electronic gadgets also, as far as possible. Try to sit alone, try to sit calmly in a room, preferably locked, so that you turn your 5 sense organs inwardly. The 5 sense organs, they are always in connection with the external world. So by maintaining silence, by closing your eyes, by meditating, by doing a lot of sadhanas, you are turning inward. Okay, so these are the things you do in the daytime. Then in the night time, from 6 p.m. to next day 6 a.m. is the day called MAHASHIVARATHRI. Why is it so important? Because you might have heard about some Shiva Puranas, epics, so many in Vedas, Upanishads, in so many stories. Everywhere they talk high of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. Okay, now this night is allotted for Lord Shiva. Why? That day you have to think, chant mantras of Lord Shiva in praise of him, not to appease him and get some boon, for ourselves, to keep our system calm, to keep our mind calm. Okay, then it is always said from time immemorial that we must not sleep during the Shivaratri night. Number one, we should not sleep at all. We should not lie down. We should sit erect. We should sit preferably with the backbone erect. What is the secret of telling this? This is what I want to highlight here. Okay. There are so many rituals which are being followed on Mahashivaratri, about which lots of videos are there. Okay, what is generally not talked about? That is what I want to highlight here. Now, why should you not sleep during Shivaratri? Why should you sit? Why should you not lie down? Why should you sit vertically? Why should you keep your backbone straight? If you lie down, then the body becomes parallel to the earth. sit straight like this. Keep your vertebral column straight. Keep your spinal cord straight. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you should sit in an immovable posture where you arrest all the movements of the body. Not at all. Don't sleep. Preferably keep your body straight and keep chanting mantras. You are in a very pious mode. And the science behind not sleeping. See, when you are sleeping, it is as good as a temporary death. We are not aware of what is happening around us when you are in deep sleep, isn't it? Every day we die and wake up in the morning. We take a rebirth in the morning. Okay, so you should not sleep on that day. Now, what is happening on that day? See, if you sleep, there is no awareness. If you don't sleep, there is 100% awareness. So, you don't sleep on that day from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. You sit with 100% awareness. And there are 4 major pujas done in the night in all Shiva temples. Why these pujas and elaborate rituals are carried out? Not to appease Lord Shiva. It is for us. See, you go to the temple, you offer a lot of things. Abhishek is done to the Shiva link. You witness that. You try to become one with that. Okay, and then after the arati, they give the prasad. You take that and eat. It is good. That is why these 4 grand pujas are done in 4 different timings of the night, just to keep us awake. You understand? Okay, that is understood. Then, what is the meaning of keeping your backbone straight? See, here you should know something about the pranic body. And I have given, please go to Kailash channel English. I have created a playlist, and in the playlist I think there are about 9 videos on the pranic body. Okay, 9 or 10 videos are there about the pranic body. What is the meaning of pranic body? Kindly go there and try to understand. In short, I will tell you. See, this is the physical body which you can see. But there is a body which cannot be seen with the 5 sense organs. Sukshuma Sariram, or subtle body. It is so subtle that we cannot feel it, we cannot see it, we cannot smell it, we cannot taste it. Okay, it is so subtle. So, like that, there are so many layers around us. This is the physical body, Annamaya Kosha. Next is the mental body. And third is the energy body, or the Pranamaya Kosha. Energy body. And then you have the Vijnanamaya Kosha, and then the bliss body, Anandamaya Kosha. Now, we are concentrating on this pranic body, the 3rd layer. It is the 3rd layer, or sometimes people say it is the 2nd layer, because it is not a strict layer as such. There is no definite structure as such. It is all around the body. It is penetrating into the mental body, it is penetrating into the physical body also. It is outside the physical body and it is inside also. And this energy body, or the pranic body, has 72,000 nadis. And these nadis, which are invisible, are the energy channels which are running inside the pranic body. Okay, and our Siddhas, in the age-old period itself, they have, in their meditation, they have seen all the nadis, and they have even counted, and they said there are 72 crores, 72 lakhs, plus 10,000 something, some odd number, of nadis in our pranic body. Out of this 72 crores, they say 72,000 are very, very important. And out of that, they say there are 3 nadis which are very, very important, about which we are going to talk. That is, see, you know about the chakras, you know about the nadis. If not, kindly go back to my videos and refer to it. You will have a very good knowledge about all these things. A person who is traveling in spiritual life must know these things. Okay, so you will get an overall in-depth idea about the pranic body if you watch all my 9 or 10 videos. Okay, now coming back to the pranic body, out of the 72,000 nadis, there is one major nadi. Nadi means like the say like a PVC pipe where you transport water from one side to another. Through the pipe you transport. Like that, these energy transportation channels in our body are called nadis. Nadis are different from nerves. That also I have explained very nicely in my video. Okay, because nerves can be seen. When you cut open, you can see the arteries, you can see the veins, you can see the nerves. But you go on dissecting the physical body, you cannot see the nadis. That is the speciality of nadis. And the main nadi, which is known as the Sushumna nadi, is starting from Mooladhara chakra, and it comes back, and then it enters into the medulla oblongata, a part of the brain, and then inside it comes to the top of the head, where there is a very big center, energy center, Sushumna, energy center, which is known as the Sahasrara. So here is so at the bottom there is a energy center called the Mooladhara, and at the top of the head there is another energy center which is known as the Sahasrara. And connecting these two energy centers is one single tube, which is the main nadi, which is called the Sushumna nadi. And on the right side of the Sushumna nadi there is a Pingala nadi, and on the left side there is Ida. So these are the three major nadis. Now, coming to the concept of keeping your vertebral column straight. Let me explain that. See, in the physical body, you have the skull and the vertebral column. Inside the skull, you have the brain. And inside the vertebral column, you have the spinal cord. Spinal cord is nothing but the extension of the brain. And it goes till the tip of the Mooladhara chakra. Almost very close to that. Isn't it? Now, parallel, not inside the spinal cord, parallel to the spinal cord is the Sushumna nadi. Okay, and what is, I told you already, nadis are energy channels. So what is the name of the energy which is running inside all these 72,000 nadis? It is called the prana. Prana or the life force. And this prana is otherwise in spirituality is addressed as the Kundalini Shakti. You might have heard of at least this major or the Shakti which is pervading all the universe. This is known as the Kundalini Shakti. Okay, so see, inside in our physical body, inside the spinal cord, there is a fluid which is known as the cerebrospinal fluid. Yeah, CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. And when a sadhak is doing some sadhanas, he is raising the prana or the cerebrospinal fluid in a typical way from the Mooladhara to Sahasrara. He brings it back from the back, he brings it from the Mooladhara, it comes back, and then it enters into the medulla, and then it reaches the Sahasrara. So this is what a sadhak is doing, that is raising the pranic energy, that is just the energy. Okay, the prana. Prana means it is the air, it is the life force, it consists of many things. So this we are doing automatically, or this we are doing artificially when you are doing not automatically, sorry. We are doing it artificially when we are practicing some yoga and when we are practicing some sadhanas. But during Shivaratri, especially between 11:30 and 12:30 or any time in the night, see, there is an automatic upsurge of this Kundalini energy from the Mooladhara to Sahasrara. This is why we are expected to keep our backbone straight. Got the point? I have done some nearly 50 videos of a book review written by Swami Muktananda, where he could experience his Kundalini rising up. Okay, 50 videos I have published on this by doing the book review of that. There he has explained very clearly about how the upsurge of Kundalini Shakti happens. So, in all the human beings, during this Mahashivaratri day, in the night, if you keep awake, if you are aware, if you are alert, then what happens? This Kundalini Shakti, which is present inside the Sushumna Nadi, automatically starts moving upwards. And I tell you, this Kundalini Shakti is the energy of the universe. The whole universe is moving because of this energy. So this Kundalini energy is present in all our bodies and it is present in the universe also. Okay, so during the Mahashivaratri night, automatically there is an upsurge of this Kundalini Shakti or energy moving upwards from Mooladhara. But how far it will go, what are the reactions you will get, what are the advantages of all these things? Now, it differs from person to person. And kindly understand one thing, though every human being is having this Kundalini Shakti, it need not raise up to the Sahasrara in all the human beings. Then we will not be here as human beings. Okay, but then why are you sitting up throughout the night? See, I can simulate this with the upsurge of energy in the form of waves during full moon day and new moon day in the sea. See, in the sea, especially during the night, the very huge waves come. There is so much of energy. And so very big waves are produced to the height of say 5 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, like that. This is also an upsurge of energy because of the influence of moon on the earth. Now, when it comes to our body, 72% of our body is also formed of water, one of the 5 elements, isn't it? So, when there is so much of water, automatically, like what is happening in the sea, there is an upsurge of this Kundalini energy through the Sushumna Nadi because of the influence of the moon. Are you able to follow this? This is the reason why we are attending so many rituals, to keep us awake, to keep us alert. There should be 100% awareness. And you try to sit vertically, keeping the backbone straight. Then, you may get a lot of doubts in this. Keep the doubts with you. One day, it will be clarified. When you meet a powerful guru of your own, definitely all your doubts will be clarified. But what I suggest is, when there is a natural upsurge of energy, why not we give room for that? This is why all our ancestors, they had found out through their meditation, through their silence, they were always in contact with the universe. So they found out what is happening in our body and they told us. And if the elders or our ancestors are going to explain all upsurge of natural energy, Sushumna Nadi, this and that, common man will not understand. So they put it in the form of certain rituals, they put it in the form of certain rules that you should not sleep, you should keep your body straight, like that. So we also follow that. So this is the science behind it. After listening to my video, okay, you decide to sit straight throughout the night and nothing happens. Then don't come to me in the morning and say, Madam, I sat for 12 hours like that, but nothing happened. Something may happen, it may not happen. Even if it happens, we may not realize it. So, only thing is, as I said, because you cannot see the pranic body, you cannot feel what is happening there. All that we can do is to give room for the natural upsurge of the Kundalini energy to move upwards. This is something great. You know, all the yogis and all the sadhus, all the rishis and munis and all the siddhas in India, they have been practicing this artificially day and night, without any distraction. And people say that if you are doing it without any distraction for 12 years, you may get to know the upsurge of this Kundalini Shakti after doing sadhanas. We are not doing any of those things. We are all ordinary people. Okay, but still, why not give a trial? Okay, so this is the science behind this. This is the science behind telling us not to sleep during Mahashivaratri, not to lie down, but to sit straight, keeping the backbone erect, and to have 100% awareness. See, this will lead us to spiritual life. Okay, it will enhance our understanding of the spiritual life. So why not give a trial? There is no fees attached to it. There is nothing. You just make yourself available for the natural upsurge to happen. And another thing, if you are in foreign country, if you are not in India, see, kindly find out the time corresponding to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 6 p.m. on February 26th. When is your time? Kindly see and you observe this at that time. So, 6 p.m. on February 26th to 6 a.m. on February 27th. This is the crucial, the time. Okay? I hope you understand what I am saying. Kindly, I will give the playlist also along with this video. If you have not seen any of those things, kindly make it a point to see so that you understand what I am telling now in a better way. So, may Lord Shiva bless all of us to go higher and higher in our spiritual life. May God bless you. Thank you.